Hi, welcome back to another Morbid Sunshine. Today I want to go through a warrant that was issued on Rex Heuermanns' car. The car that was the Chevy Avalanche that was identified by a housemate of one of the victims. It's an affidavit and it details exactly what was there, what was at the car and what to search for. I'm not sure if I've seen this before, but it's insightful and I thought we could go through it together. It says the state of South Carolina. Now we know that there's a few victims that have similar track record for the Long Island serial killer: strangled, naked, posed, one shoe missing, etc. Trophies that were taken from victims in South Carolina too. So this description of the property sought, as stated, says evidence related to the designated offences: A. Trophies, example, personal items that may have belonged to any of the victims. This warrant was issued on July 19th, so shortly after his arrest, including but not limited to their telephones, articles of clothing, jewellery, identification, notebooks, ledgers, Bibles, personal effects, and or photographs or recordings depicting materials obtainable through or but not limited to fingernails, toenails, animal hair, fur, human hair, and human skin fibres. I think that'll be possibly hard to trace after so long, but residue remains for years. I mean, look how Kloberger cleaned his car out. He absolutely took her to pieces and cleaned it, and it still didn't get the blood off the gear stick. So there you go. That was evidence. That's what, I'll be honest, started to make me and possibly others start to think that maybe he did it, because he was so clean, even not even a hair in his hoover. So I have a feeling Koberger's done other things, and I've got lots of details on that. So stay with us, please subscribe. I'd love to have more people following us, and I'll get that number up to 500 at least, and we get on the algorithm then and get people seeing this stuff, because this is evidence, B. Forensic or trace evidence, including but not limited to DNA of human skin fibres, bodily fluids, as well as any latent fingerprints and palm prints, or any index utilised to determine the identity of occupants of said locations, premises, vehicle during the planning, commission, and or concealment of a designated offences, as well as any materials or cuttings of the following materials that could not contain aforementioned forensic and or trace evidence, included but not limited to furniture, mattresses, carpets, rugs, flooring, animal cages and crates, litters, playpens, beds, towers, steps, clothing. C. Electronic devices, including but not limited to circular phone, tablets, any and all computers, as that term defined in section 156001 of the New York Penal Law, sorry. Excuse me. Just drinking my coffee. Including but not limited to modern mouse, monitor, tablets, auxiliary drives, and peripheral devices, any and all computer or digital storage media, including but not limited to servers, external hard drives, solid state drives, USB or USB flash drives, also known as thumb drives or jump drives, hard drives, solid state drives, memory cards, digital tapes, zip disks, oh my gosh, zip disks. I'm sorry if you can't see this. This is down to YouTube. It won't put up so it's you can see the writing, and I'm not sure why that is. Is it evidence? I'm not sure, but to me it's evidence. So if you would wish to hear more, I'll keep going. I'm going to try and find a way of making it look clear as possible. Can't really zoom into it either, really, because it's that's why I struggle reading it out, because it's so small. You know, it's really tiny writing. So I'll continue. Just give me a second, please. I've got treacle pudding in the microwave, and I just want to grab it. Hope everyone's well and doing good, daddly do. It wouldn't surprise me if Christopher knew about him being that way, you know. Brothers know each other well, don't they? You know, when girls have gone missing, it's been occasions when Heuermanns visited him, and just seems a little strange, you know. I don't know why people don't really talk about his brother much, but I mean, he was drunk driver once, so he has a past history, you know, of killing someone in a car accident. It was an accident, I hope. I think with Heuermann as well, his connection with, you know, influential people in New York is part of his job. It doesn't mean that it's a coup of all of them together doing something, but it does make your mind tick, because they've all got form who know him, and it does make me wonder, like, is it a group thing? It's just so weird, you know. Or another killer. I'm not ruling out anything, really. I'm not, you know. I can eat my cake and I can have my cake and eat it. I can turn around and say when I'm wrong. A lot of creators don't, you know. A lot of creators are on here to try and drag the narrative away from that. I've noticed Nathan Adams' channel, I can't get it now. I don't know if it's left or gone, but he does some good work at the end of the day, you know. But he took credit for someone else's work, and which isn't really right. But I don't think he did it deliberately. I think he just felt to make it appealing. He had that way of putting it, but I have no idea, you know. I'm not Nathan, you know. But I'm sorry about that, because I don't know why. I mean, I've been a drinker. I've made mistakes, but I gave up drink when I grew up. I grew up at 35 and realised I don't like drinking anymore. I don't like the smell of it. Just calm down, really. And one thing I will never do is go on computer drunk like I used to. You know, when I was younger, I mean, in my 30s, stupidity, you know, posting like, oh God, feel sorry for me, I've lost my boyfriend. You know, stuff like that. I felt like I was being personally invaded. That's why I don't have social media much. You won't be able to contact me unless I put my email address up, or if you contact me on Twitter, you know. But you won't catch me talking to people, strangers on Facebook, and even if it is for information, I like to see the face. You know, I'm really funny about that. And that's where it was with Nathan. I just didn't trust that for a start. But it's not nice to see that, you know, a good channel go, you know. I don't know what's wrong with this case, I really don't. We'll get back to this. But I'm going to take my time and read it, so if you want to go away and come back later, that's fair enough. Just I'll put the time in for me carrying on, just eating me cake and talking. I don't do that enough on here, I'll be honest, so I thought I would today. I'm just honestly about this cake. Oh, it's so good. Chocolate treacle cake. It's having this for breakfast. I've not been feeling well, that's why I'm not showing my face today. I'm all swollen. I don't know why, but I've not been feeling 100%. I've had to take my inhaler and things like that. I'll be honest, that's why I'm out of breath. I don't take my inhaler as much as I should, you know. But yeah. I only smoke when I come on here, really. I don't smoke. It's the only time I get to myself, you know what I mean. So if I'm on my own, I'll smoke. But if I'm not, I find it very difficult because I've got things to do. That's helped, you know, cutting it down, because I don't smoke as much as I did before. And you'd think that'd help me breathing, but no. It wants me to quit. And I'm just like, wow, is it the meds that I'm on, the medication, making me out of breath? And I think it's that, because I'm quite reasonably fit person. I can run, you know, stuff like that. was never really good at running, but I just don't like feeling out of breath. So I run a bit, just to help with that. Because my attention span's too bad to go to the gym. I just will be like talking the whole time, or it's likely right, really, isn't it? Right now, I'm sorry, you guys. Hang on. Put that naughty thing down, right? Also known as thumb drives and jump drives, right? We were up to, weren't we? Photographic camera, digital camera, video cameras, digital cameras, VHS recordings and playings, and any other video recording devices. Any and all VHS cassette tapes, paper photographs, books or magazines containing images or communications pertaining to the designated offences. D. Any records, whether they be in physical or electrical form, including but not limited to journals, ledgers, notebooks, or photo albums, or other information relating to designated offences, wherein evidence may be removed, including but not limited to notations, photographs, new clippings, articles and literature books, etc., regarding any of the victims described herein, or serial killers generally, as well as any documentation such as notebooks, journals, photo albums, Word documents, or software manuals containing passwords or other notations, such as notes regarding the various phones and emails and social media accounts utilised in furtherance of designated offences. E. Any phones and any documents relating to recent occupation, renting, tenancy, purchasing of unknown instrumentals utilised in the designated offences, wherein evidence may be recovered, including but not limited to mail, bills, or other similarly stated documents that tend to show ownership and occupancy of the items sought to be searched and or seized. F. Okay, F. Hang on. Any of known instrumentals involved in the commission of designated offences, included but not limited to hunting paraphernalia. Wow. Including but not limited to burlap, camouflage, burlap fabric, jute-like fabric, hunting blinds, restraints, belts, textile to yarn, polyester fibre, cotton fibres, tape, whether it be white or clear, duct tape, strapping tape, and or filament tape. Friggin' don't know what that is. G. Any trophy instrumentalities, I can't say that, sorry, utilised by and kept by the suspect after the commission of designated offences, including but not limited to cellular phones, condoms, cut distal ends of black leather belts, devices utilised, or stamp letters to leather goods, stamp letters to leather goods such as belts, as well as knives, scissors, cutting implements, and bounty paper towels. Wow. Specifically from the Bounty Modern Print Collection. H. Any firearms, magazines, cases, attachments, ammunition, bullets and fragments, shell casing. I. Any locked or unlocked containers including but not limited to locked rooms, storage areas, vaults, cabinets, safes, closets, containers, including but not limited to locked rooms, storage areas, vaults, friggin' hell, cabinet, safe, closet, strong boxes, desks, drawers, suitcases, briefcases, boxes, hidden compartments, or other such enclosures where items A and H can be kept. Right, I see. Hidden or secreted, or J, and any further evidence that may constitute fruits, contraband, evidence or instrumentalities regarding designated offences. Okay, that's in his house. Okay, next thing is the description of the premises, person, place or thing to be searched. Okay, in this case it's a Chevy Avalanche. Okay. Just having a breather a minute. So a lot to read for a morning lazy person like myself. But we're up to page 3. Got 4 more pages. What do you think about that then? What type of evidence they're looking for? It's scary, isn't it? Now they're going to search what's in the vehicle. And they're going to state why they're doing it. In this. He has in his statement, remember target vehicle 1. Bearing South Carolina registration plate and registered to Craig Heuermann of that address, which is believed to be located in South Carolina. Proof having been made by said application and affidavit that there is contraband, evidence or instrumentalities regarding the charge of murder in the 1st degree. Okay. Patronising a person for prostitution in the 3rd degree, because at the time when they did it, this is why they were with Heuermann. Yeah. But they knew about his documents target vehicle 1 long before they went in his house. So I reckon they've got a hell of a lot more evidence. Just shows you, doesn't it, the time it took them to find target vehicle and what it meant. You know, through the killing documents he did. That's what it means, you know. Target 1 vehicle will subsequently be forensically searched at a different location. Target vehicle 1 will be securely transported to Suffolk County, where target vehicle 1 is subject to lawful order of search and seize. They arrived at 11 o'clock. The surveillance conducted on the property since that time your affiant knows the vehicle is still being housed at the locations. Your affiant is requesting authority to seize target vehicle 1 and relinquish custody of target vehicle 1 to Suffolk County, which, got lost in the first place, so it's back to there. Okay, and it's a federal warrant. Dark green in colour it is. A 2002 Chevrolet Avalanche hearing vehicle identification number, and it gives it here. Target vehicle 1, bearing South Carolina registration, and registered to Rex Heuermanns, his brother. It was seized from above described residence and seized while in transit away from the associated registered address. It's just keeping on saying that. Well, let's listen to what else it has to say. Now a description of the property, okay? And they're looking for evidence related to designated offences. A. Trophies, example, personal items that may have belonged to any of the victims, including, but not limited to, their phones, articles of clothing, jewellery, identification, notebooks, ledgers, Bibles, personal effects and or photographs or recordings depicting the victims described herein. B. Forensic trace evidence, including but not limited to DNA materials obtained through and not limited to fingernails, toenails, animal hair, human hair and human skin fibres, bodily fluids, as well as latent footprints. Fingerprints, palm prints. And they use an indicator, something utilised to determine the identities of occupants of said locations and premises of vehicle during the planning commission and or the concealment of designated offences, as well as materials or costing of the following materials that could be contained and aforementioned forensic and or trace evidence, included but not limited to furniture, mattresses, carpets, rugs, flooring, animal cages, crates, litter, playpen, bed, towers, I don't know what they mean, steps, clothing. C. Electronic devices, including but not limited to cellular phones, tablets, any and all computers. Okay, as that term is identified in section 156 of the New York Penal Law Code. What I want to know is, when did he get it? And is this in his property as well getting searched? Because it's not really mentioning that. Just give me a little bit longer and we'll get back to it. Yeah, I should eat before I come on, really. Sorry about this. I'm sorry my videos have been really bad lately and I've not been using the microphone. I will use the microphone in future. And I might be a bit rusty on it today, but I will. I know it works now. Yeah, it's really, really dark reading this, isn't it? It's not appropriate for a person to come in your house, go through your stuff, look through rugs, everything you've got, your computers, your modems, your mouse, your monitors, your tablets, your auxiliary drives, your peripheral devices, or any other computer devices, digital storage media, including but not limited to servers and external hard drives. It's a lot. Solid state drives, USB flash drives, and also thumb drives, jump drives, memory cards, and digital tapes, zip tapes, floppy disks, jazz disks, drives, Blu-ray discs, DVDs, CD-ROMs, CDRs, and or digital audio players known as MP3 players, photographic cameras, digital cameras, digital cameras, VHS recorders and players, and any other recording devices, images, communication pertaining but not limited to offences, any records, whether they be physical or electronic form, including but not limited to journals, ledgers, notebooks, books, or to be recovered, including but not limited to notations, photographs, new clippings, and article, literature, books, etc., regarding any of the victims described herein or serial killers generally, as well as any documentation such as notebooks, journals, photo albums, Word documents, or software manuals containing passwords and other notations, such as notations regarding the various phones, emails, and social media accounts utilized furtherance in designated offences. Any documents relating to the recent occupation, rent, tenancy, or purchasing of known instrumentals limited to mail, bills, and other similarly situated documents that tend to show ownership and or occupancy of the items sought by, searched, and seized. Any of known instrumentals involved in commission of designated offences, including but not limited to hunting paraphernalia, including but not limited to burlap, camouflage burlap, fabric, jute-like fabric, hunting blinds, restraints, belts, textile yarn, polyester fibres, cotton fibres, tapes, whether they're white and clear, duct tape, strapping tape, what you put around knives, and or filamented tape, any trophy instrumentals utilized by and to sell your phones, condoms, distale ends of black leather belts, devices utilized to stamp letters into belts, leather goods such as belts, and as well as knives, scissors, cutting implements, Bounty paper towels, specifically from the Bounty Modern Print Collection. Wow. Any firearm, magazine cases, attachments, ammunition, bullet fragments, and shell casing. Any locked and unlocked containers, including but not limited to locked rooms, storage areas, vaults, cabinets, safes, closets, strong boxes, desks, drawers, suitcases, briefcases, boxes, hidden compartments, or other such enclosures where items A to H can be kept, hidden and secreted, and any further evidence of any constitute fruits contraband. Evidence of instrumentals regarding designated offences. The search warrant shall not be valid for more than 10 days from the date of the insurance. A written inventory of all property seized pursuant to this search warrant can be made to the Chester County Magistrate within 10 days from the date of the warrant, such as inventory to be signed by the office executing this warrant, and a copy of such inventory shall be furnished to the person whose premises are searched. So he's searching his premises. If demand for such a copy is made, a copy of the warrant shall be delivered to the person charged of the premises searched, okay? And this was dated the 14th of the 7th, 23. And they took the avalanche and keys. Okay, so that's all that was there. Thanks for listening, and I hope that's insightful for you, because it does tell us a little bit more. I get a hint from this that they're looking for a mass producing of copy of content of some kind. And it does give me the chills reading it, thinking about it, how like he's possibly been into that and done things like that. And this is giving a really good indication, like video recorders, equipment, you know, all the different type of boxes. You know, is it made for him? Is this content for him as well as someone else? It gives me the feeling it is, and that's what it's searching for. The more he pleads innocent, the more evidence that will be discovered and exposed. And I feel like the search for this has been an eye opener a little bit. You know, cuttings of Bibles and cuttings of, you know, hair, or, you know, video cameras, photography cameras, you know, digital cameras. So looking for a network of kinds, yeah. Notebooks, journals to keep notes of everything, you know. It just does ring of it, you know, and I wonder what you think. Let me know in the comments, please. That would be great. Thank you. Bye.